I honestly forgot to react.
Well, either way.
Hey everybody, welcome back to the Cosmic Panel. Today we are talking about Spider Noir, the new Prime series from Sony Television Entertainment. Yeah, this is an interesting show to talk about. I definitely have some mixed feelings, but before we get into it, don't forget to like, subscribe, comment below what you guys thought of the show. Comment below what you thought of Lucas's spider impression, and
My spider
yeah,
nap.
yeah, your spider nap. So you wanna kick it
Yeah.
off?
I think that this show really proves the idea that that Spider-Man can be done as a live action TV show. I think it really is like a good proof of concept. Do I think it
Hmm.
hits everything perfectly? No. But I think like you could easily adapt this and make like a 24 episode like weekly show of like a Spider-Man-esque thing, almost like The Flash with like this
Yeah,
style, I think.
right. Right. Yeah, I really enjoyed a lot of um, the fight scenes. They felt very organic. I really also enjoyed, his organic webbing. I thought the webbing looked excellent.
The webbing looked great,
Um,
and that's like a
oh yeah,
major VFX thing for
mhm.
Spider-Man. So like that's the hardest thing. If you can get the
Mhm.
webbing down, like all the other VFX is mostly just practical.
Um, yeah, I think whatever they figured out, I thought that was really. Oh, by the way, I should say we both watched this in black and white.
I
So
watched
I have
part of
no
it in
idea.
color.
A part of it.
Yeah, so I watched the first two episodes in color.
Oh,
The color
okay.
choices were pretty cool, actually. I really liked
Okay.
it. A lot of it was like bright colors to pop off, like almost to like call back to like old television when like they used to film in black and white. They would like get very saturated colors on purpose to make everything look distinct.
Yeah.
But like Flint was wearing like a green shirt, like
Oh,
uh
okay.
what's this called? Electro Wannabe had like Megawatt had like a yellow
Mm,
shirt, like Tombstone
okay.
had like everything looked really good, like everyone looked distinct, which was surprising. I honestly went in thinking that I went in thinking the
The
color was
color
going to be
wasn't going to
like,
be as good.
yeah, I went in thinking the color was going to be haphazard, kind of like smashed together, and that the black and white was like the real intention. But honestly, they put enough love and intention in both. Honestly, I think it's still
Okay.
better in black and white. But
Yeah.
honestly, I think you could watch it in both, and I think you'll get a satisfying experience regardless.
Hmm. Yeah, I think it was good for just the overall atmosphere.
The
I
lighting is
think there was,
phenomenal.
yeah, some great lighting, and my thought was that it was going to cover up some of like the CGI, because I didn't expect the highest, CGI budget for this project, but there was still some, weaker moments, but I think overall it served the show well.
For a show that I went in with little expectations of it being good,
Mm.
this surprised me a lot. I'll say that.
Okay. Word.
I went in thinking this was going to be like a dumb cash grab in a lot of ways, to
Mm.
just like kind of like, oh, we did Spider Verse, let's pump out a show, and like that was
Yeah.
going to be kind of, and while definitely it does have a tiny bit of that, you can tell that a lot of the crew really cared about the show. Like they actually put a
Yeah.
lot of love and attention into it, and like even the writers really were like, let's really make sure we wear our influences on our sleeves, but also make sure that the Spider-Man villains feel like they fit within this world, which is cool.
Yeah. I honestly I thought they were gonna make more of a effort to allude to the fact that this is the Spider-Verse Spider-Man more. Or do something to try and, because it was the same, it was Chris and Phil, the same guys involved in. I think they were just executive producers on
Yeah,
this,
but
but
this version isn't the one from Spider Verse.
right, that's what I'm saying. I
Yeah,
thought they were going to do that, but they didn't end up doing that. Um, but I guess ultimately good because it allows it to be its own thing. Um, but I mean, I definitely think they made the best of what they had to work with. But for me, it definitely I think had some pacing issues.
Oh, definitely. I think it could have. You could have probably cut 2 episodes. That
Yeah,
that that would have that
honestly.
would have probably made it tighter and like, especially
Yeah.
because the episodes were like 40 minutes each. Like it was a lot. It was a lot. The mystery
Yeah.
wasn't really as there as they wanted it to be because it's not really a
Hmm.
mystery. It's
Yeah.
like it's resolved. I mean, they literally solve who tried to light the house in like the second episode. So like by then the
Yeah.
mystery's kind of solved. Everything is just kind of dealing with Silvermane, not Silver Sable.
Yeah.
Um, which is fine. It's good. It's a good story, but like, yeah, definitely, I agree with you. It could have been tighter.
It's just a shame that like we're still handicapping ourselves when it comes to spider media.
It's just wild to
Like
me that there's pacing issues in an 8 episode show. That's what's wild to me.
yeah,
Because
but
like
I
there used to
really
be like, not to say like 24 episode shows were like perfect, but like definitely not. But like it's weird when the pacing for those type of shows sometimes is better than these like shorter runtime shows. It's kind of wild.
I mean personally I do think it boils down to property that you're able to work with when it comes to the Spider-Man thing, because Spider-Man in my mind his whole thing is like he gets overwhelmed really
Yeah,
quickly
life.
by home life, by work, by villains, by being a superhero. So like that's why I'm so excited for Brand New Day, is because it looks like we're just getting
Everything.
everything thrown at him. We're getting that the true Parker luck experience, and we're just getting headlong into some shit. Versus this, where you know seeing Silvermane and Flint and Cat be like in every other scene, just it doesn't have the same feel. It makes the world feel small, even though the sets are great and there's a lot of different sets. Somehow recycling the same 5 6 characters does make it feel very small, unfortunately.
Yeah, I can definitely understand that. I think especially with Spider-Man, there's such a treasure trove of characters you could use that like, yeah, even limiting yourself to 3 villains, like superpowered villains. Like while I get the budgetary constraints of that, you could do you could do Kingpin, you could do Norman Osborn, you could do a lot of stuff. Like you could do what's his name, Crime Master. That's what I
Primus.
think I was. Oh yeah,
Yeah.
everyone just called him the big man in the beginning, and then later they revealed that his name was Crime Master. That was fine.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that. That's funny.
um but yeah, I've been recently reading a lot of like the older
Yeah, the
Spider-Man,
classic.
yeah, the
Yeah.
classic stuff. So like, but like he's a surprisingly integral character in like the beginning stuff.
Yeah.
um but yeah, like you could easily do like a masked like that's the thing. Like you could have done a
Eh,
turf war and it felt like very much like Silvermane was like the only mobster on the street, which kind of like, yeah, you could do more of it. Like you don't have to add more powers, just add more uh cogs to the machine to really make it feel like we're in a turf war. We're in a powder keg that's about to blow.
Yeah.
um and that's
No,
that's really
they.
the biggest thing. Like I would have loved to see like Nicolas Cage's Spider-Man like face off, oh, sorry, the spider face, like try to stop like a
Ben
gang.
Riley.
Ben Riley, yeah, to stop like a fight between 2 gangs while like trying to keep
Yeah.
like the civilians safe. Like that's the thing, we didn't even see him like protect people that much, honestly.
Mm, right.
Like
Right.
the
In the
only real
actual.
time that he
Yeah.
did that was like with Megawatt, and that's really kind of it.
Hmm.
And that's like his first fight.
Right. Yeah. It's.
Second fight, Megawatt is just aura farming the entire time.
Dude, that guy was getting on my fucking
he
nerves,
he was
bro.
getting on my nerves. I'm not gonna lie though. Weirdly enough, I think I had an inverse reaction where in the beginning he was on my nerves a lot, and then as the
Okay.
show kept going, I was like, you know what, I'm kind of into it.
Okay.
Like by the
I don't
ending
know.
fight, I was like, oh, you know what, fuck it. Yeah, let this man choose scenery for a bit. Like fuck it. Like I liked it near the end, especially because everyone was acknowledging how bad it was. Also,
Mm,
because
yeah.
Silverman was like, just shut the fuck up.
Yeah. You gotta shut up. Um. Yeah. I don't know. That guy was getting on my nerves, but
That's fair.
um.
He's
Yeah.
dead. Is he dead? Wait, did he die?
Yeah. Theoretically, he got thrown in front of a train in the nick of time.
Oh yeah, he got
Uh,
thrown in front of the the train. Yeah,
yeah, yeah, I would have definitely opted for a street level situation. There's no lack of
could have done the
street
enforcers.
level characters that you could do, and you could have Norman and then transform into the Goblin at the end or some shit and have like one fight or something. But like that's the other thing is they psyched me out. When Flint turned into complete sand, I'm like, oh, they're gonna do like a Sandman final fight. He's back, but he just reformed. It
Also, he
was
got
all
his
good
hand
again.
back somehow, even though it got blown off, and then he got
Yeah,
injected with the cure. Which,
I
if he
didn't know
got,
about
how
that.
the fuck did he get injected with the cure while he's sand? Whatever.
Um,
I will say the body prosthetics are surprisingly good. Like I will say I think the most memorable scene in this show for me was the fucking hallucination trip with Nicolas Cage where he was like running around and he's like tiny and like
yeah,
all these different
that was
things.
fun.
That and the World War II scene where he's like in the fucking like seeing all the different like people that's been turned into creatures and like the spider guy and it's like, oh god, this shit's crazy.
I was not expecting the spider guy to be that terrifying.
Yeah, no, that was some straight up body horror shit. Like
Yeah,
for real,
that's
for real.
crazy.
If
Yeah,
they do a second season, lean into Man Spider. That's all I'm saying.
yeah, for sure. But yeah, anyway, I would have been happy with a street level thing. There's no lack of crime level characters for Spider to interact with. So um, I don't know. I just thought it was kind of a strange choice, and then again, just having to use those same like three villains, or well, I guess four villains technically.
Yeah,
You just kind of, I don't know, get tired of them a little quickly in my mind.
that's fair.
Um, I think the Sandman concept of it being like a skin like condition is interesting.
It is. It's
I
just
just
dragged out too long.
yeah.
Like if he
Um,
had turned into sand by like let's say like episode 4, that would have been like and then like the rest of the season is him trying to like reform slash like get back a human form. Like obviously the
mhm.
budget for that would be too high. But like I mean you could kill him off by episode 4. Like that would set the stakes for like the other guys being like ticking time clock, like you guys will die.
Hmm. Yeah,
Cause
and
like
same.
yeah.
I guess to answer your question, how did he get his hand back? I guess it's the same reason that Lonnie got stabbed in the eye and his eye was fine after.
Oh yeah,
Like
true. I completely forgot.
I
Yeah.
guess it just like it cures all that you're experiencing at that moment, which is very convenient.
Yeah, Lonnie was like an armadillo. What exactly was he?
Lonnie Lincoln, dude, you
No, no,
don't know
no.
who
I
that
know who
is?
Lonnie is. I'm just trying to wonder, like, what the fuck was he spliced with? Like an
I can't say.
armadillo? Like what the fuck?
Oh yeah,
Like because
yeah.
the other guys,
What?
it's like they said minerals and animals, and I was like, okay, guys, an electric eel, Sandman,
Yeah,
obviously like rock slash sand. Like I was just
yeah.
like the entire time I was just like, what is that? Is that supposed to be like an armadillo? Like
Well,
what?
actually, that's pretty funny because
There is
I
a
only
villain
remember
called Armadillo
seeing.
too.
Yeah, yeah. I only remember seeing um animals in all like the test jars where in that scene where there
Well, they
others was there
specifically
other
say
stuff.
minerals at one point,
They
but there
said
was
minerals.
yeah, they
Okay, I
did say
missed that.
minerals at one point, and then there was one rock. There was one rock in the scientist's lab, which was just like basically to explain Sandman. That's all it was for, was just to explain
Okay,
Sandman. But um,
but yeah, I guess it was an armadillo. That's a good guess. I didn't
I'm
really
just trying to
love.
think because it's like otherwise, like
Yeah,
it doesn't necessarily make sense.
I thought they were doing Rhino for a second. I was like, what is going on? When he's transformed for the first time. But yeah, I'm not a huge fan of that. Especially when you do that brow, you're entering Klingon territory, and I'm just like,
That's
it's not
also what it
really
looked like. Man, I didn't even
not really
realize that.
visually
Yeah,
distinct.
damn.
Yeah. So I don't know, not the look I would have opted for him, but I guess they didn't want to go like the full like
Well, they're about to do it in the
albino
movie.
route. Well, that's the other thing is like
Well, the thing
the
is that this
selection
is
of villains was so odd to me. Like
well, they probably
going
didn't even consult
Tombstone,
with.
Electro, Sandman. Right, yeah, but they would be aware, right? I mean, we
Yeah,
did
because
just
Sony
have
would be aware. Yeah, because of marketing
we did
reasons.
just have Electro and Sandman return in the last Spider-Man movie. You know, we did just have Tombstone in the animated.
and
You
he's about to
know,
come back into live action.
it's just yeah, it's just a weird choice to me. And then also that Flint has his name, Lonnie has his name, but then Megawatt doesn't, and then also the random Addison dude just has fire powers and he's not a character
Yeah,
either.
I thought like they were gonna try to do Molten Man, and then they just
Yeah.
didn't. They didn't commit to it, and I was just like, also, what the fuck was he spliced with then? Fucking fire. That's what he spliced with.
Yeah,
Fucking fire.
they threw him into a bonfire. Yeah, that's a really good question.
Fire ants, you know,
That's exactly what I was gonna say. Yep.
famously spits fire.
Yeah. Like, yeah, to me, ideally, like if this was like much shorter, I would have been able to handle like the small cast that we had. But then once I get to like
Episode 4.
Cat like meeting up with his secretary, I'm like, all right, now we're just sort of like
Dilly dallying, yeah.
forcing combos together because we are limited. But anyway, good things, good things.
I think, yeah, like you said, the choreography is really good. I think the like set designs and like the costume designs are really good. The lighting to me was really a huge selling point. Like the amount of like really good lighting work, and like the
Mm.
shadows always looked really good. They always lit the costumes really well. Like even especially in the black and white version, I don't know, in the color version it looked good, but like in the black and white version especially, it really like contrasted really well, especially with like Spider Noir's costume and the
I did like
goggles.
his, yeah, I did like his mask and his goggles a lot.
His goggles lighting up was a cool little thing where I was like, oh, that's actually neat, you know, like a little
I
like
wish they had tried to explain that or just show us something about that. But yeah, that was cool.
maybe his eyesight's just bad. It didn't give him extra eyesight.
No, I mean like how he would have done that in that time period.
Oh yeah, no fucking idea, man.
I would have liked to know that because I did love the organic web shooters. I thought that was a good way to go.
Also, I thought they were gonna tie into Clara or whatever the fuck her name was that died.
Ruby,
Ruby.
his
Sorry.
wife,
Yeah, I'm confusing the boys and
tie in.
and
What do you mean?
yeah, I'm confusing my Amazon show. Sorry.
Yeah, yeah.
But yeah,
What
like
do you mean tie in?
I thought like Ruby's like maybe they were gonna reveal like how Ruby like specifically how Ruby died because it was just very like
Oh
I
yeah,
was like
like if it was connected to any like
yeah, if it was like
any
part of a
characters that we
plot
knew.
or anything like that, like and also
Yeah.
like it didn't need to, but like also like at least show me like the full scene instead of it just being like a rapid scene of Nicolas Cage flailing in water.
Yeah, unfortunately, they only got the one shot of her in the car
Yeah,
underwater, and
that's why
then
I was like, really? That's it? That's all we got?
yeah,
I really thought I was like I kept waiting for more, and I was like,
right.
okay, maybe they're building up to like a reveal, being like when
Mm.
he like reveals that he's a spider is like maybe Silvermane's like, oh, I also put the hit on your girl, like just like put, and then they didn't do that.
Mm. Yeah, yeah, yeah. No, because I was happily, pleasantly surprised by the war flashback scene. So yeah, it does stand to reason that they would do a proper Ruby flashback. So
Yeah,
that's kind
wait,
of
that's
fun.
actually wild that they didn't do a flashback, but
They
they did
shot
the
a whole
war
fucking war
scene.
scene. Like
Yeah,
they
that
had a
is
whole
crazy.
other
Actually,
set.
wait.
They had to have a whole extra crew of extras being soldiers. They had to have German extras. They had to have a lab set up. They had to have all the different military tents that Nick was in and out. Like that's like a lot.
That
I
is a
don't know.
lot. Yeah, actually, wait. Yeah,
That's
I didn't even think about that in that context. Yeah, no, that is a lot to just like throw away
yeah.
after. Yeah, no, that really
For
does.
maybe 10 minutes of screen
It's a
time
good scene,
total.
but it's not worth like how like neutering some of the other scenes. I still
I
think.
mean,
Sorry, I was just gonna say.
no, 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 this is the thing I'm just gonna, the last thing I want to say, and hold that thought, is um, it just becomes increasingly frustrating as you and I being very well-read comic fans to watch these shows that are literally handicapped because of fucking licensing and property shit. That's all I was gonna say.
Yeah, I think there is the potential of a really good show here. Um,
Yeah.
And I think this is a good proof of concept. I would love a second season. If they
Yeah.
have a second season, give me more mobster stuff. Give me more lean, maybe even lean less into the powers and more the mobster stuff, because that would honestly that would be more uh pressure and like more like stress inducing than just like, oh, here's these villains. Like,
Yeah.
give me civilians getting injured. Give me like him trying to reconcile with like in recently in the comics they did a Spider-Man Noir comic, which was really interesting recently, where they had Spider-Man crashing in on Nazis, a Nazi rally, and like it wasn't World War II yet, and so
Mm.
also I realized I said World War II earlier. It was World War One.
Yeah, yeah.
Um, but like there's like a major point of contention him being like fighting against Nazis, even though at this point in the war they weren't seen as like super evil yet.
Hmm.
They weren't like the black and white obviously that they actually are IRL. But like that's like really interesting. But also him dealing with the fact that like he kills people and people are looking up to him and then realizing that he kills people. Like that in the comics in the most recent arc was really interesting because it was like, oh yeah, he uses guns. Like he kills people. Like this if a kid is like watching this isn't necessarily like teaching them the best. This version of him didn't have that problem really. He was just a lot of punching. Um, but it was
Yeah,
interesting in the comics.
he didn't have a
He didn't have
gun,
guns.
huh?
He didn't have guns, which was really weird. He's fine with killing though, but
Yeah,
you would think he would have a gun. You know, like at
that would have
least if
been
he's
neat.
fine with killing, you would think it would be like, oh fuck it, yeah, I'll have one gun on me.
Right, right. Yeah, the emergency gun would have been fine.
Yeah,
But he definitely was crafty with how he like uses webs to like pull
yeah,
people around, and that actually, now that I'm thinking of it, was pretty cool when he used like the car to create some centrifugal force to like knock him back with Electro into the
yeah.
sand.
That was cool. That was cool.
So that's pretty
No,
clever.
there's a lot of really cool like webbing stuff. Like this is what I
Yeah.
mean by like, yeah, this is like really a proof of concept that like honestly, I really do think that like maybe the best outside of animation because animation is period the best way to adapt Spider in my opinion. Spectacular Spider-Man still stands on top of my like best adaptation period. If you're
Yeah.
going to do live action though, I think a TV show works better than a movie.
Hmm.
I think the fact that like you can
With more creative reign, yeah.
with more creative reign and a bigger budget, you can easily make the soap opera feeling of the classic comics while also giving it that newer vibe and introducing so many different characters. Like that's the thing with a TV show is that you can layer plot line on top of plot line.
Mm.
In comparison to a movie, you have 2 hours, 3 hours if you really have a good length film. But like you have a limited amount of time. It doesn't give you that freedom where like if you were to like do episode one, this character, episode two, this villain, and you build up to like a major boss, crime boss who has hired all the previous villains, which is normally how Spider-Man works.
Mm. Yeah. Yeah.
So that's just my 2 cents, but I think that it goes to show though yet again I keep on hitting on this term proof of concept. I really think it works as that more than anything else. Like
Hmm.
it shows it can be done, and that
Sure.
if Disney wants to do a Spider-Man show, fucking do it. Like just like I like yeah, of course have your Spider-Man movie. That's fine. I'm not saying don't do that because Spider-Man, most popular villain, not villain, hero. He's a menace. um, that's wild that they didn't add J. Jonah Jameson. By the way, crazy. Uh,
Yeah, who the fuck was that at the Daily Bugle, bro?
yeah,
Howard Henry or
yeah,
Howard or something?
whatever the fuck. But like, yeah, no, I think like you could easily have like a slice of life, like series with Peter, where it's like he's late for work and he's taking the train, and on the way to work he encounters some mobsters or like enforcers, or like you don't everything doesn't have to be the end of the world, and that's I think the major like clinch of like why people are really excited for this most recent film because it's not the end of the world.
Yeah, right. Not to our knowledge, anyway. But yeah, I mean, as is, um, I definitely think they could have done some things to improve, like with what they had to work with.
Oh, what'd you think of Nicolas
Ultimately, it
Cage in
comes
general?
down to like pacing, and I would have reordered some things, but yeah. I enjoyed him. I thought he was cool.
I thought he was weirdly
I'm
good in this role. I was kind of
mm,
like, I was worried going in being like, okay, it's Nicolas Cage. He's weird. He's a weird guy. He acts weird. Like I was expecting him to like his like weird acting to not really gel with this. It worked.
Mm,
It weirdly worked. I think this is like this might be one of the best roles he's had in a long time, honestly. Like
that's interesting.
it's like I think he's a better fit for this than Ghost Rider.
Oh, well, I
I
mean,
mean,
well, yeah, I think that's kind of a given. But yeah, no, well, I haven't said this yet, but it does go to show how well Spider-Man as a character gels with the noir style. Like they very much did like all the double, triple crossing stuff very well in the noir style. They did definitely had cinematography, moments that were very reminiscent of real noir. And
the
then,
gloss
yeah,
stuff.
just the way he carries himself, and speaks, and all the quips like that. It is very noir, accurate. I feel like so.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a lot of fun.
Yeah. I will say the weirdest thing though was him being like, "Yeah, I had to relearn how to talk by watching movies." And I'm like, "What the fuck do you mean by that? What?"
That was a that was that was not a great throwaway to have. I would
Yeah,
have
I was like,
maybe done some more like like some physical explanation, like how did he learn to use his powers, or
yeah, that's more
how
important to
did
me
he?
than you like I don't that like you saying like the spider's
Yeah,
taking over your brain. I'm like, I don't know what the fuck you mean by that. Like, are you eating
yeah,
pigeons?
yeah,
Like if you showed me him like eating animals, I'd be like, oh, that's okay. That's the fucked up side like of like the
yeah,
spider.
yeah,
Like if you
yeah,
show me like him cocooning like a pigeon or like a dog or a chihuahua or some shit, and it's just like and like his assistant walks in on him like about to bite into the fucking like, animal,
yeah.
I'd be like, oh, okay, okay, I get what you mean. But like we didn't really have that moment other than like him sleeping, where it's
It
like
ended up just being like the spider sense was like a migraine for him, which was a cool concept, I thought. But I thought that's what they were saying was like that was like taking over like his whole operating system
they could
whenever
do a
that would
Man
kick
Spider
in. But
storyline if they do his second season. I think
yeah,
you could easily do that and then make that the subplot to like a main mobster plot.
mm, yeah,
Like because
that's a
then
good
that's the
point.
thing. Like you I think for a show like this especially, you need to have multiple plot threads going. Like you can't like this was a very straightforward plot and like if this had a like a B plot, like a really good B plot throughout also, that would have been a, a, a good way to do that.
Well, that's the thing, right? Is like I noticed a lot of different names every episode being on the writing and directing, credits, right before the episode would start. But yeah, there was a lot of starting and stopping of plots, like it really did feel disjointed in a way, like you're saying Winston was dealt with by like the second episode or whatever. And then we're like, okay, we're gonna stop that, and now we're going on to our next chunk, and now we're getting onto our next chunk. It's like, yeah, there needed to be way more integration. Like Faber needed to be like hinted at the beginning, and like because that just feels like a whole sidetrack kind of episode, and this had to be set. Like there
The
just could have
scientists
been
hunting
more.
him would have been a good side plot. Like that would have been
Yeah, like
like have him constantly trying to avoid the scientists seemingly chasing after him and like trying to go under the radar. Like that would have been how you would do it, you know?
stuff like that. Yeah, for sure. And yeah, I don't know, the logistics of having multiple writers on a show, having multiple directors on a show, but I will say like it is very difficult in my mind to pull off seamlessly. Like I think what show were we just talking about? Where's a lot of different writers. Daredevil, like
Daredevil. But it was
yeah,
consistent.
like this time
Yeah,
it
this
was.
time. Yeah.
But like,
Season one
in
was
this
rough, yeah.
yeah, season 1 scenario, like you can't have like all
Too
these
many cooks
different.
in the kitchen.
Exactly, like just different people coming in and out and not referring to the previous
I mean,
person's episode or having access.
that's why you gotta have a showrunner and a show bible. Like you gotta just like you gotta hash that shit out early.
Yeah.
Um but yeah, I enjoyed the show though. I think I enjoyed it more than you, but I'm interested to see if this gets renewed, if this inspires other stuff. I'm interested to see what comes of it. You know what I mean?
I totally, yeah, yeah, for sure. I totally was loving it, like for the maybe first half, and then it just sort of started wearing on me. Where I was like, all right, I feel like we're chewing scenery a little bit.
Yeah.
But yeah, yeah. I think it, it has legs for sure. No
Boy, does
pun,
it have
no, no,
legs. Eight
no, no
legs.
pun intended.
A leg per
Yeah,
episode.
I like Nicolas Cage. I liked Cat for the most part.
Anyway,
Anyway,
but yeah, I'm gonna give my rating. I'm gonna give this 3 Nicolas Cage weird sleep positions out of 5.
I'm gonna give a Spider Noir season 1 2.75 Silvermane marked dollars out of 5. Okay,
Anyway,
like, comment, subscribe. Let us know below how you would have rewritten this entire show. Thanks. Okay, bye.